Hello, hello, friend. It is that time to do a weekly sales recap. And I'm going to show you 20 items that we have sold on the last week in eBay. These are all kind of over the place. There are some that are a higher dollar. There are some that are more bread and butter, but all of these items should be pretty easily found while you're out thrifting or garage sales. So if you're just starting reselling, or even if you're a seasoned reseller, these are definitely things to keep an eye out for. If you happen to have some laying around in your death pile, definitely get them listed. So let's go ahead and take a look. Watching for any length of time, you know I do these videos every week. And the reason that I do that is because that is how I gained a lot of my knowledge, was watching other resellers here on YouTube, and it just expanded my product knowledge, which allowed me to find more things, which means I make more money and I make more profit. So I really like to share it with you to give you a sense of exactly what is selling right now, and hopefully open your eyes to some new items that you would never expect to sell on eBay and that sell for good profits. And most of these sold really, really fast as well. So I am going to go ahead. We will start in the back door of my eBay. I like to be very transparent with you, show you my numbers so you see exactly what I'm making. And we're going to head there now. All right, so here is my sales chart for the last 31 days. Today we are at $160.90. The last week we have done $23.15. The last month we are down 10.7%. We are trying to fight that summer slowdown. Sometimes it is unavoidable. The only thing you can do is just keep listing quality items and push through it. That's all that you can do. So we are down 10.7%. We still are at 37.5 for the last 90 days. So not too bad. So there are our numbers. Let's go ahead and take a look at some of what sold over the last week to make that $2,300. First up is a very large Louis Vuitton box. This one sold for full price. It was listed back in September, so it's been about 10 months. And most of our Louis Vuitton boxes sold, but these really big ones, the shipping is expensive. So you can see here, even if it was shipped directly to me, it would still be $87. So this buyer actually paid more than $100 to ship it. And it is a large purse box. And the way you know that is if they are magnetic, they typically are purse boxes. So I picked these up for only a couple of dollars each. You can see it had damage. They will still sell with damage. And here you can see the measurements. And this one took 9 months, but it is over an $80 profit. Up next is an empty perfume bottle that sold in a day. I did accept a best offer of $28.50. I am only a couple of dollars into this. This is a Poison by Christian Dior. You can see I put it in capital letters. It is an empty bottle, and it is over a $20 profit and sold in a day. So if they are designer names, they will sell even if they are empty. So please keep that in mind. You are not allowed to sell used perfume on eBay, but you can sell empty bottles. Up next was another very, very fast sale. And this one sold for a best offer I sent out of $93.49. This one sold in 2 days as well. Very, very fast sale. This is a Tom Clark Moses sculpture. It was signed and numbered, and I did put Tim Wolf signing event. I will show you why. I picked this up for $20, so it's about a $70 profit after fees. 2 days, sold very, very fast. Here you can see our photographs. And there is the number as well as the T. Clark signing. It was actually dated 1989. So we had that date backwards there. Now, here is why I put that Tom Clark Tim Wolf. So this had a sticker. It was from a signing event back in 1998. So that's where that date came from, but it was actually the sculpture itself was dated 1989. So here you can see it's about 12 inches tall, not very hard to ship, and pretty it's not overly fragile, but it's not overly breakable. I love selling statues like this, and they can be very, very good profits. Up next is a Westmoreland Wakefield Waterford Green Thumbprint Fairy Lamp Vintage Rare. This one I accepted a best offer of $117. If you like these fancy front photos, these are from Photo Room AI. You'll see I tend to do them on the higher dollar items because it does take a little longer. The lower price stuff I typically do not. This one I'm about $25 in, so it's about a $75 profit. It sold in about a month, so not very long to sell on this one. You can see here the height, and great sale, $117. Definitely check out fairy lamps. There are quite a few that are worth over that $100 price point, but there are also a lot that are not. So it's something you want to look up. In my experience, most of them are priced pretty high when you find them. Up next is this Riverboat Replica. This was pretty crazy. This one sold for full price. It sold for $64.99. It was just listed back in May, so it sold in under a month. And this thing was in a lot that I got, so I'm actually not very much into it. It's over a $50 profit, and it actually was broke. So I will show you here the photographs, and the ore here is what is broke. If you see that flat edge, that should be rounded. And this one was from the Luxor in Las Vegas. It was just a souvenir. It was sold for $100, made in China, and sold very, very fast. So with trinkets and decorative collectibles like this, make sure you look them up. This one I found with Google Lens and didn't spend much on it, and it brought over a $50 profit in under a month. Up next is a teacup. I love selling teacups. They're not all big money, but that is okay. So this one is a fully bone china from England. It is vintage. It sold for full price at $29.24. This one was not listed very long ago. It was listed less than a month ago. I spent about $10 on it, so it's only about a $15 profit, but I really like teacups, so I am okay with that. And this one, I like teacups. That's why I did the AI on this photo. So if I really like stuff, I will still use the AI, even if they are lower priced. But this one was a great sale, sold in under a month, and not too bad of a profit. Teacups really are not that hard to ship. Up next is a really, really cool vintage shirt. You can see I do zoom in on the graphics. This one sold for a best offer of $40.94. I paid about $5, so it's close to a $30 profit. This one was listed back in March, so it did take a few months to sell. And here you can see the whole shirt. There's that mountain tag. Some of these only sell around the $20 point. But with these vintage t-shirts like this, the more in detail that the graphic is, typically the higher price, as well as size. So this one was a size large, size XL and extra, extra large. You can get a little bit more, but again, those graphics are super important. Next was a Mistake by Cat. I picked these up over on my Cat's Treasure Hunting channel, and I actually paid $37.50. So these are about a break even, but they sold in 2 days. So I made the mistake of not checking sold prices. I was just looking at listed prices, and I was thinking I could get more around $75. So I would make like $30 to $35, and I did not. But I got my investment back. I didn't lose money. So I just want to remind you guys, make sure when you're comping that you're checking sold prices, because it really does not matter what they are listed for. What matters is what they sell for. And these, again, paid $37.50 after fees. I'm breaking even, but lesson learned / reminded to myself. Up next is one of my favorites. I absolutely love Catena dolls. This one is a Hopi Catena Mudhead Catena Dancer. This one was signed F. Charlie, and this one sold for a best offer I sent out of $52.64. Here you can see the photographs, and typically these that have the clothing and stuff are worth around that $50 mark in my experience. Now, here you can see that Mudhead F. Charlie. I do always research the signatures with Catena dolls because some artists sell for hundreds and hundreds of dollars. So you do want to try and read that signature. And a lot of times I have to use WorthPoint to look those up. But this one I paid $10, and it is about a $40 profit after fees. Okay, my friends, if you don't think linens sell, I will show you example after example, this being one of them. This is a Disney Cruise Line white cotton Mickey Mouse. This is a hand towel, and it sold for full price of $21.44. I'm less than $1 in. It is over a $15 profit, and this thing sold in under a month. A towel. How easy to photograph and ship is this thing, right? There you can see that Disney Cruise Line tag, fret made in Turkey, 100% cotton. Amazing, amazing sale. I love selling stuff like this because it is so, so easy. Up next is one that sold really fast, so I might have underpriced it. I'm not sure. It's really hard with paperweights if they're not signed to kind of get that right price. This one I accepted a best offer of $28, and it sold in 2 days. Very, very fast, but I'm only $10 in, so it's about a $15 profit after fees. It was not signed. So again, it's kind of hard to price them. I might have been able to get a little more, but I'm happy with the fast sale and profit. Da-na-na-na-na. Go Gators! I am a big Gators fan, if you do not know. So Gators stuff is hard for me to pass up. This is a Nike Dry Fit women's tank top. It is size small. It says Go Gators. It sold for full price of $19.49. And this one sold in about 2 months. I only paid $1. So it is about a $15 profit. Unfortunately, the Gators were out of the World Series. I was hoping they would make it to the finale. They did not. There you can see the measurements. Great sale. I'm happy with the $15 profit. Again, I will continue picking up stuff that I really, really like, even if it's under that $25 point, if it's a good profit, and I believe that this was. I do not know the Seattle Mariners chant. I'm not a Seattle Mariners fan, but I do not discriminate on what I will sell. This is an MLB Seattle Mariners New Era 5950 black hat. This one sold for $22.74, and it was listed back in December, so it did take a little longer to sell. I only paid a couple of dollars in an online auction, so it's about a $15 profit. Hats are another thing, very, very easy to photograph and list, and this one, I sent them that offer 30% off because I am trying to move older inventory, and I will entice buyers by sending higher offers. Linen example number 2. This is vintage day of the week stamped vegetable tea towels. It was a lot of 5. You do not need the whole set in order to sell them. These sold for a best offer I sent out of $27.29. That is at 30% off. These were listed back in November, but I'm only a couple of dollars in, so they're well over a $20 profit. And again, really, really easy to photograph as well as ship. And you can see they do have some spots. So with vintage linens, even if they have spots, they will still sell. And again, this is not the full week. It is just 5 days. So even incomplete sets of days of the week towels will still sell. And these were a great profit, $20, but they did take the 4 months to sell. Here is another MLB item. So it's really funny because I have been getting into baseball more. I have always picked up football stuff because I'm a big football fan, and I'm becoming a big baseball fan. So I notice all of the MLB stuff. and it sells. This is a Milwaukee Brewers Nike Dry Fit XXL. So really great size on this one. This one was listed back in March, so it did take a few months to sell. And it sold for the full price of $22.74. I just paid $2. So this one's about a $15 profit. But watch for sports stuff. Honestly, like I really need to pay attention to more sports because I'm sure that hockey stuff and soccer stuff will sell as well. But you really are drawn to what you like, I have noticed. And it's good to sell what you like, right? I like baseball, so I'm happy to provide baseball gear to other baseball fans. And excellent sale, 3 months and $15 profit. Next up is a men's pajama set. This one sold to Miss Deb. She got this and some other items. This is the only one I'm showing in the video. This is a vintage men's pajama set, vintage Troy Hill. This one I paid $2 for. Miss Deb sent me an offer of $17. And if you guys let me know, your viewers, then I am happy to give you a little more of a discount than I would just a random buyer. So definitely let me know if you're sending me offers if you're a viewer, and I will try and give you the best deal I can. So Miss Deb picked this up for $17. And I love picking up vintage pajamas. You can see here, these are Troy Hill size extra large pinstripe. They're very comfy looking pajamas. I bet they're very comfy. And these were only listed for about 2 months, so not very long. And they are going to be about a $13 profit for me after fees. Another Catena Doll sale, and this one sold at full price. So this is a Catena Doll Chasing Star, 7.5 inches tall. It is carved. This one sold for that $84.49. It was listed back in April, so it did take about 2 months. A lot of my Catenas actually take well over a year to find the right buyer. Look at the feathers on this. This one is really, really nice. You can see Chasing Star. This one, I could not decipher that signature, so this one very well could be a higher dollar, more valuable one, but I only paid about $20 for him. So he's about a $55 profit after fees, and again, he only took 2 months to sell. Up next is a sterling silver lot. This one I actually sold on auction. You will very, very rarely see me do auctions. I was hoping to get closer to $200, but this was all scrap stuff that was in with my jewelry lots. And I actually sold a similar scrap lot on Whatnot this week, and it only sold for $30. So I definitely should have pulled that and put that over here as well. I will point out, though, this did take me 2 times running. The first time I ran it, I did not get bids. So I put it up again to try it again. I got 3 bids, went from 99 to 105. This is kind of a bonus for me because, again, these were just broke pieces in jewelry lots where I got wearable jewelry. And here you can see the photographs. This had gorgeous pieces. So this is actually a coral J. King. There is a turquoise inlaid Zuni, but they were single pieces or they were missing stones. So not really of value to me, but I am happy that they sold for that 105. I did run them on a 7-day auction and they did end on a Sunday. These shoes, I don't think you have seen me pick up yet. They actually are in a video that will come out later on Catch Treasure Hunting. I was on the fence about these. I actually put them back and then I'm like, no, let me look them up. Because I think they were priced at like $8, but they were half off. So they would have been $4. And the sell-through rate was excellent on these. So these are Crocs. They are called Katie Ballet shoes. They are size 8 and they sold for full price in one day. And they are about a $17 profit for me. So watch for Crocs, especially like the floral ones like this, different styles. Look them up because Crocs sometimes you can find cheap. These were in excellent condition. I also picked up a pair of Croc boots at that same thrift store, and amazing sale, sold in one day for full price. The last sale I am going to show you is this large Eagle Claw meerschaum pipe. I did put hand-carved smoking fife with case vintage. This one sold for a best offer of $100. It was not listed very long. It was listed last month, but I didn't pay but about $25 for it. So it's about a $55 profit, and it sold really fast. So sales are slow today. This one actually sold today, and really nice one. You have to be careful though. And I'm not overly versed on pipes. So some of these meerschaums sell for hundreds and hundreds, and then some only sell for $20. So I just priced around where I thought it would go. So when I got that $100 offer, I was more than happy to take it today because it was a slower sales day, and it still is a decent profit and did not take very long to sell. All right, that was everything for eBay. I'm not going to show you any Posh or Mercari this week, though they are doing okay. If you missed my video about List Perfectly and their amazing new Express Lister technology, please go watch it. It is absolutely mind-blowing, and it is a game changer for your reselling business. You take the photos, it creates the whole listing, fills in the specifics, it makes the description. It is just mind-blowing. So if you missed it, please go check it out. Also, we are over 95,000 subscribers. We are so close to 100,000 subscribers. So please make sure you are still subscribed. Step number one, and tell your friends if you think they would enjoy learning about reselling. I appreciate you guys' support throughout the years. We are coming up on 5 years now, which is absolutely insane. I am so appreciative of those of you who watch regularly and show me support. I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful weekend, and I will see you on the next one.